Hey everybody, welcome to a TGF edition of Keith's Beer Reviews. Today I'm going to do the last of these Moylan's beers I picked up 3 or 4 weeks ago in one of my out-of-town trips. I'm going to do their Kilt Lifter Scotch-Style Ale. I do like Scotch ales, I like Scottish ales. So they say this is a Scotch Ale. A little bit from the website, it says robust and strapping. Our Scotch Ale takes big beers to a whole new level. Rich malt balances perfectly with delicate hops to provide a concentrated and intense flavor. An ideal companion for hearty meals or as a meal unto itself. Allow this ale to warm slightly in your glass to enhance its truly bold character. Sharing is encouraged as this is one beer that lives up to its name. Ain't no peaky. Comes in at 8% ABV. I've had this out of the fridge probably half an hour or so. So it's probably warmed up a little bit, but it probably needs to warm up a little bit. This is one that you want to drink fairly warm, fairly close to room temperature. So a little bit of smoke out of the glass, a little bit of a hiss, not super much. So I'm use my Duvel glass today. Give this a good hearty pour and see what we can get. Okay, we got a nice hazy amber color, not a ton of carbonation streaming up. There's a good moderate amount of carbonation. Got maybe a finger and a half of a sort of a creamy, slightly off-white head, eggshell colored, decent looking beer. Well, it looks the way a Scotch Ale should look, so let me get a nose on it. Okay, I'm getting those dark roasty malts right up front. Some nice caramel. A little bit of oak, maybe some slightly earthy notes. A little bit, I don't know if this is barrel aged or not, but I'm getting maybe just a hint of scotch off of it. Definitely getting a little booze. That peaty maltiness, little maybe burnt sugar, little dark fruits like some plums or something, maybe some figs. Again, just a slight hint of the alcohol, 8% ABV. Maybe even some almost smells like a British barley wine to me. But anyway, let me give it a taste. Well, definitely the malts are there. You definitely get some figs and dates. At least initially, it seems a bit thin on the mouthfeel for a Scotch Ale. Get just a bit of some earthy hops right towards the finish. But the finish is malty, really sweet. Some nice caramel notes there, hints of some fruits, maybe some sweet fruits like raspberries or something, but definitely getting like figs and dates in there too. A little bit of that bitterness on the aftertaste. But not too much. The only thing the mouthfeel does seem a little thin. It's creamy and smooth drinking, but it's maybe just a bit heavy on the carbonation. Feels like it's slightly less than a medium mouthfeel, but that may be having something to do with the carbonation, because there is some decent carbonation there. So let me sit. Let this warm up a bit. It's cool yet. It's cool. It's wouldn't call it cold, but it's cool yet. So let me sip on this a while. This one I'm going to want to sip on anyway. So get this bottle sealed up and let it warm up, and I'll come back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's been a good hour or so. This is definitely room temperature now. I have to say I'm I'm somewhat disappointed in this. In a good Scotch ale, I like a big, thick, rich mouthfeel. You're not getting that with this. It's a really light mouthfeel. I like a big, rich, malty taste. It is predominantly malty, but it's a weak, thin malt as far as I'm concerned for a Scotch ale. This might not even be might be a halfway decent Scottish ale if they'd called it that, but they're calling it a Scotch ale, and it's just not what I expected. I mean, it's decent. It's a good drinkable beer. I won't have any problem drinking the rest of this. Easily drinkable beer. You don't really, you don't feel or taste that 8% at all. So it's a easily drinkable beer. Could be at 8%. It could be a deceptively dangerous beer. But for a Scotch ale, or a Scotch-Style ale as they call it, I'm somewhat disappointed. I'm going to give the Moylan's Kilt Lifter Scotch-Style Ale, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It's like I said, a good, decent, drinkable beer. But it's definitely not what I was expecting or what I want in a Scotch ale. So, till next time everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.